happy welcome to the Rewilded Leader podcast. My name is Shanne. I'm your podcast host, fempreneur life coach, and the rewilding expert. This is a place for female leader, fempreneurs, and women in business who wants to say goodbye to their stressful life and instead feeling fulfilled, joyful, and light on a daily basis. Through personal experiences and different point of views and evocative statement, I motivate you to discover your truth and embody it on a daily place. Hello and happy welcome to the Rewilded Leader podcast. I'm happy that you're here today. For me, this is a very special episode actually, because it's the first time I am filming myself during the whole episode, so you can also watch this on YouTube if you do not just want to listen to the podcast but also watch me actually talking about all the stuff here. So yeah, feel free to do that on YouTube as well. Today we're gonna speak about good things. Since you are here for a moment in my world, you already heard these two words, rewilding and liberating. Rewilded Leader is obviously the name of this podcast, and the Liberated Leader, this is the name of my guide as well as my high ticket 101 mentoring. In this episode, I'm gonna explain you what these two words mean to me, and more importantly, how you can also embark on your rewilding journey. Because I'm pretty sure after this episode, you want to do so. I'm gonna focus here mainly on the rewilded one, the rewilded word, because this means much more to me. And for me, liberated is just another word to say rewilding. Before I start here, I would actually love to know what rewilding means to you. What does it make you feel like when you hear rewilding? What do you imagine? What picture showing up in your mind? When you listen to that podcast on Spotify, there's an amazing box underneath the episode where you can directly put your answer to that question. Otherwise, you can also switch over to my Instagram channel and comment your answer under today's post. Or on YouTube, just under in the comments. That will be amazing. It will be a big pleasure to hear from you what you feel, what you see in this word. But now, let's start. Thinking a bit more carefully about what can be understood as a rewilded woman, I quickly came up with that interesting social image of a witch. A wild woman with enchanted hair who lives alone in nature. She's a bit crazy. She screams at people. She talks to herself all the time. And for sure, she prefers to eat fresh rabbit blood. If this is actually your image of a rewilded woman, I totally get it. Why you don't want to become like that. For me, it means something completely different. To me, a rewilded woman is a woman who has found her truth and is committed to that truth, and therefore unapologetically embodying her highest self and most natural self. It is a woman who has restored herself to her powerful and pure nature. She embodies an inner balance between masculine and feminine energy, which makes her shine from within. She easily attracts everything what she wants in life, without being selfish but generous. She feels light and freed from any other expectations. She deeply enjoys and lives a current life and not a compromise. She is strong, powerful, confident, gorgeous, soft and wise at the same time. This woman is also called a goddess. Maybe you already hear that when you are in the spiritual and personal development scene. In order to rewild herself, this woman had to question all patterns and predefined structures to decide whether this path corresponds to her truth or not. The green thumbs among us know that plants thrive better in their appropriate environment. The more suitable the soil is, the sunlight, the neighboring plants, the air quality, so the stronger it will become. The more fruits, the more vegetables they will bring us, the more vitamins and nutriments will be in that fruit, in that vegetable. And you heard, I'm not talking about more. I'm talking about fit. That means that they do not need more soil or more sunlight or more water or whatsoever. No, it has to be the perfect fit for that individual plant that they can grow in the best conditions and have the best outcome. And so the rewilded woman began to look at her thoughts, at her feelings and her environment more closely, to feel with her heart, does this correspond to my truth, my highest version? Does this reflect my natural habitat and therefore allow me to grow as a soul and unfold in the easiest way possible? Life is not supposed to be hard and painful. But as long as we deny our innermost self in order to live up to external expectations, that's exactly what it will feel like, hard and painful. Why it is important, especially as a female entrepreneur, to rewild, to get the innermost into the outer world. That is actually something I talked about in detail in the second episode of this podcast. This episode is called Why Personal Development is Essential for Female Entrepreneurs. You can download it and listen to it whenever you get a chance, because there are also some deep aha moments hidden in it. Well, as an entrepreneur and leader of your life, you have full power to determine your own life. And whether you exercise this power or not, know that everything you live, feel and experience right now in the present moment is based on a decision of yours. And this decision can be consciously or unconsciously. If you don't consciously decide the path your life should take, your subconscious mind does. And in your subconscious mind, your unconscious self, there are all the beliefs, your fears, and your survival mode hidden. And that is one reason more why you don't feel as fulfilled in your life today as you would like to, because you let your unconscious self make decisions for you. As long as you do not rewild, you do not question your structures and your patterns, then you will be guided actually by the subconscious mind, by your fears, by your survival mode. Okay, before I lose myself too much in that kind of speech, let's talk about the solution. Because it's always nice to understand the roots, to understand the problem. Especially I am really a person, I love to understand that in order to find a good solution, but not everybody needs that. But the solution is much more needed. Because I want you to know that also you can become that rewilded woman, this rewilded leader of your life. And I will now share with you the 5-step path that you can take to rewild you and become a liberated leader. Liberated from your past, liberated from negative feelings, or liberated from fears, from the survival mode, from your ego, whatsoever. And this will help you to live a life in fulfillment, in joy, in ease, relaxed, although you're making the most impact possible with your business. You have maybe your family, you have your friends, you can like balance all of that stuff once you rewild, once you liberated from what holds you back. So if you feel like, grab a pen, grab a paper to write down what I will talk about. And I really love to do that because it helps me to see more clearly, understand more deeply the path to go. But if you do not have the possibility right now to write something down, do not worry. I have created a really beautiful ebook. It's coming right from my heart for you, where this journey is explained and visualized for you. So if you want to get this ebook, then reach out to me through a simple mail like, hey Shanne, send me your ebook with the Rewilded Leader Journey overview, please. Or write to me on Instagram. We keep it simple. No need to complicate things. Yeah, so feel free to do that as we start now into that 5-stage journey. The first stage is all about discovering your personal truth and creating a version, and a very clear version, of what your dream life looks like. Because only when we know exactly where we want to go, what we want to think, what we want to feel, what we want to see in our surrounding, then we can navigate into this direction. So that's why the first state called create the vision. And the aims of that first state is to understand your uniqueness, to know where you want to go in life, and to feel your personal truth, to get to know your inner nature. The second stage is about learning to bring that vision you created in the first one into the here and now. Often we hear or we think that we are working hard now, or we are going through the stress, we're going through that tons of work to have a better life in the future. But what happens actually on an energetic level when we do that is that we create even more stress. To explain you that, we will dive a little bit into frequency. It's actually all the waves that everything here in the atoms of things, the frequency they have, so the waves that they're sending out. As we are all made of atoms, we all have that frequency, and we can decide about our frequency by ourselves, what is really beautiful, what is really powerful. But anyway, no matter what frequency we have, we do attract the same frequency in the outer world. And that's why some people always had good luck or bad luck, because they are vibrating, they are in the frequency of maybe love, of happiness, and they attract the same thing. And often people who don't feel good attract a lot of bad things in the outer world, because it's the same frequency they have. Okay, that was really a short breakdown if you do not know the frequency. And that is actually why it's so important that we do not wait, or we do not just create the vision of our dream lives in our head, but actually start to implement it in the here and now, and already start living this dream life, already start to trigger the feelings we want to feel, to think the thoughts we want to feel, to create the surrounding we want to have. In this stage, it is all about to prove yourself actually that you love, and you also accept yourself in your wholeness. That builds the necessary confidence to accept and allow change in your life. And that is what we want. So this stage is called embody your truth. And the aims of this stage are to embody your truth no matter what. Strengthen your self-confidence and self-love, as well as lovingly set and communicate boundaries. To completely embody your truth, you need to let go of things that do no longer serves you. And that is actually the third state of your rewilding journey. You analyze structures, behaviors, patterns, and thoughts to say goodbye to those who do not match your dream life. In order to let new things come into our life, what we do also with the second stage, we have to make space. We have to let go what do not serves us, what takes the space that is actually needed to be liberated for the good stuff. And that newly gained space will be filled with empowering routines, habits, objective thought patterns, feeling, and all of them will reflect your truth. The name of this stage is liberating yourself. And the aims of this stage are that you leave limitations behind, that you let go to create space, you consolidate reinforcing patterns. Never working without balance. You know me, I am balance actually. I am a balance and I love to talk about balance. It's something so important for me, for my life. And that is why the fifth stage is all about cultivating inner balance. You're gonna balance your masculine and feminine energy in every area of your life in this stage. So that means it's about creating balance in your business, in your relationship, in your finances, in your surrounding, and so on. And this will lay the foundation of more flow and more ease in your everyday life. With this, you're gonna create peace within yourself, no matter what's happening in the outer world. The name of this stage is Balance Your Life. And the aims are to cultivate inner balance, to integrate tools for more harmony in everyday life and also in your system. So this is a beautiful stage because it is about balance on an energetic level, but it actually influences your health, your body, your mind. It is really that holistic approach of health that you're gonna create through this stage. The last, but definitely not least, stage of a liberated leader journey is about application. It's about implementation. This journey, you will do it over and over again. This is not a quick fix. And if you hoped for that, I'm sorry. But life isn't a quick fix. Life is an experiment. Life is a journey. And it's okay to go through this journey several times. It's even necessary. And not because you've done it in the sense of been here, done that, but when you commit to be a student your whole life, knowing that at the same time you're a great teacher, only then you will fully experiment, you will fully feel this life. Otherwise, you will just be disappointed the next time you see that you have to restart this journey. So better to accept it beforehand instead of then being sad because the quick fix didn't work. So in order to live in alignment to your truth, you have to listen and restart this journey over and over again, because your truth changes over time. You already experienced that in the past. And if you think about it, you will know it. I don't want to take away the motivation that you had until now. Please keep it. And I see that this may seem like there's much work to do, but it isn't. It isn't. It does not feel like work anyway. Sometimes it is hard, yeah. But I'm really sure that you will never regret it once you started your rewilding journey, because what you will gain through that journey, through your courage to rewild yourself, is so much bigger than any tear, than any pain. Because what you will gain is inner fulfillment, no matter what. You will gain health, you will gain peace, you will gain harmony. You will create for yourself a happy and fulfilled life. So the fifth stage here is called integrate and implement. and its aims are sustainable integration, initiate and implement changes in your life, as well as overcoming remaining challenges. If you feel called now to start your personal rewilding journey and become that liberated leader, please listen to me. Give yourself time. In my one-on-one mentoring called the Liberated Leader, as you know, I support women in business in exactly this journey, in this rewilding journey, and we work together for 6 months. It's well known that when you start out on your own journey, the journey takes naturally longer because you don't have an expert by your side to hold you the space and overview, to help you find clarity, understand your concerns, and lovingly guide you back on the right track in hard times. So if you decide to start this journey by yourself, be patient and loving with yourself, please. This is very important. I want you to know that you can go on this journey by your own. You do not need anybody. But when you go alone, please give you all the love, give you all the clarity, give you all the time, all the patience that a coach will give you. If you feel that you don't want to walk this path completely alone, you are of course welcome to apply for one of my 2 last one-on-one mentoring places for this year. You can find all the information in the link in the show notes, and if you want to book directly a get-to-know call together, follow the corresponding link in the bio. I always love to talk to you and bring clarity into your situation, so no worries. This will not be a nasty sales call, but really a value-added coaching call for you actually, that you can leave with more clarity and more motivation to start your journey, either with me or without me. So let's sum up today's episode. You learned what it means to be a rewilded woman. I'm sure that you can already imagine to be that woman, and you feel that need, you feel that wish to become her. And to make that happen, I've taken you through the 5 steps of your rewilding journey. I'm gonna repeat here the 5 steps, which is first creating the vision, then embody your truth, liberating yourself, balance your life, and integrate and implement. Remember, if you want an overview of these stages, let me know for the ebook. The last thing I want to mention here once again is be patient and stay committed. Be patient and stay committed. This will be a journey who will bring you further and more deeply into yourself. What is beautiful, but you have a whole lifetime for that. Don't stress yourself. Every time you're gonna stress yourself, every time you judge yourself on this way, you can imagine that you fall back 10 steps or even more. This whole journey is based on self-love, and with pressure, stress, and self-judgment, you're actually gonna cut yourself off from that rewilded woman that you want to be. So do not let it come to that, and give you all the love and even more than you give to your partner, to your children, to your parents, to your best friend, to your plants. I wish you now a very beautiful time, evening, morning, whatsoever. I'll be super happy if you want to rate this podcast, and if you feel like, let me know what do you think about this episode, about this rewilding journey, and I would just love when you start it. So just write me, hey, I started it, you motivate me. That will be the best and the biggest present that you can give me. So if you feel like giving back something, then start your journey and tell me about it. I send you a big hug, much love, and we hear each other soon. Let's rewild, honey.